Now, I believe that our DNA is connected to a screen somewhere where we truly are. Because like I said, I don't think that we're here. I don't think that you're looking at me or really seeing me in my purest form. I think that the closest that you will ever come to seeing me is hearing me or feeling me. They say you can feel sound. Where the voice coming out of my mouth, the spirit is alive. It's coming from my heart through a voice box, which is translating it or transforming it to be able to be detected or understood inside of the physical realm. But again, I think that there's something that is looking through our eyes while we are aware. And that any time during death, that what is being rewinded or the light that is flashing before our eyes is being rewinded so that this thing that is peeking through our eyes can see if we finish what we're supposed to have finished before it takes us into another life. But if we are not finished, once it is playing before our eyes and this thing is looking, I think that this author sends us back into a time loop, erases our memory. Remember, Men in Black, movies is not just entertainment. I think that it erases our memory, right? And places it inside of the junk DNA, as they say. And sometimes it'll leak out of this junk DNA when we come back. And that's what? We are having an experience by way of deja vu. You've seen this before. You've been in this environment before. You smelt this before. You tasted this before. Everybody that you meet in this life is somebody that you knew. It's not just somebody you meeting just now. It's somebody that you knew. Your memory just zapped. It's erased. Like I told y'all, these satellites ain't just satellites to pick up on terrorists and communications for phones and televisions and things of that nature. These things are linked to our DNA. And at any time and anywhere, these people don't have to abduct us via spaceships through physicality. They can come right up in our DNA and alter certain things by way of viruses. Consciousness travel through viruses. This is what they don't tell y'all. A bacteria is conscious, is alive. So whatever is encoded inside of that bacteria that we breathe in, that may be coming off this planet or from another planet that we breathe in, you're going to catch a virus because it is alien to your biochemical structure. It is alien to the heart that is pumping your blood. Your blood is something more than just something that is keeping you alive. I think that we are somewhere watching ourselves having an experience. I think that we are somewhere not far because I don't think that distance actually exists. What do I mean by that? You say that I could walk from here to the door, right? But we really can't truly prove that we're walking to a door. Why? Because there's something in the brain that's recording that's telling us that we're walking to a door. It's giving us the reality of a distance, which is actually an illusion. So when you walk in here, you actually walking somewhere else doing something else. You're not doing what you think you're doing here because somewhere else you're doing something else different. But they got you thinking that you're walking to a door here, but really there you might be walking to some type of machine. Everything that we see through these eyes is not what it is. Something in our DNA is reporting back to somewhere that we are connected to. Our DNA is recording something. Our eyes is connected to the brain for a reason. I'm going to give you an example. It's just like watching somebody do an experiment to see how long they can stay underwater. And then you are analyzing this person to the last second of their distress to say, all right, now pull them out. Pull them out. But the person was suffering the whole time, not knowing that it had a guardian angel watching it for it to come out in the experiment, or what y'all call a guardian angel. You might be somewhere challenging yourself to go through a movie that we call life. And once you reach your apex of knowing certain things or going into distress, your true self will pull you out until it can throw you back in through a time loop for you to complete what you didn't complete, to keep experimenting on you to become what we call the master of human. It wants you to master humanity. And once you master humanity, you go on into your next book or your next movie, which you'll have better senses. You'll be able to remember more than what you remember now from past lives. But you can't do it eating the foods that they are giving you here. You can't do it sitting around people who has negative energy jumping off into your aura because your aura is sensitive, which is connected to your chakras. Your 7 chakras is connected to your 7 cycles of humanity. Just like the animals have 7 cycles of being an animal, then they leave the human kingdom. I'm not talking about the physical animal. I'm talking about the soul, the thing that's moving the animal. Once it goes through stages of being an animal 7 times, that thing that's moving the animal, it leaves the animal kingdom to become human. And then it has 7 cycles there, in which they say we go on to become gods. But I don't like to use the terminology God, because the word God was created by man. At one time, the word God didn't exist. So therefore, I think that man created God, not the other way around. So the thing that I'm saying to you is, our analogy of what we're seeing through our eyes, there is something somewhere. I'm telling you right now, our genetics and our DNA is more than what they teach us in school. I'm going to say that again. Our genetics and our DNA is more than what they teach us in these schools. Understand that this government is more than what you think. Like I said in my last video, these people are meeting other forms of humanity that is higher than ours on other planets. And some of them are not going there physically. The military has technology where their consciousness, which is the higher form here, can be transferred to meet other forms of consciousness apart from the physical body. If you're not the physical body and you can travel outside of the physical body, then I'm pretty sure that if you energy, they know how to move energy, because energy is magnetic. Electricity is magnetic. So there are things that's coming to this earth, not only in spaceships, but through consciousness. Electricity. Why you think that when people get hit with lightning, they have cases of people who live that get hit with lightning, that go into comas, coming out, being somebody else, or having different characteristics, being able to do things that they couldn't do before they got struck by lightning?